Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Litt from KCRW. Welcome to my backyard. And this is Spoon.
I was reminded every measure, right and trade winds, a million treasure. I got on fine with modern living, but must I be such a citizen? And the world still so wild, called to me. I was lost, I've been kept on my knees. Trippers and rascals, they surrounded me. All them describing how they like me. All they wanted, something special. Bring the roses, sweet and blues, and the all the lies and all the appealing, appetizing, and I was living tight every night. And the world still so wild, cold to me. I was lost.
Thank you, guys. Spoon.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate that.
Welcome. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you guys coming through and playing for us here in Ann's backyard.
Yeah, that was nice, right?
Yeah.
A beautiful afternoon.
So, congratulations on the 10th studio album, Lucifer on the Sofa. How's it feel? 10 records in, man, and give us a little synopsis of what this record is.
Yeah, I never think about how the fact that it's 10 records in. That just doesn't cross my mind. But then every now and then somebody brings it up. I should have an answer, but
Sorry.
I just what was this record about?
It was about getting back to the live show in the studio, kind of.
I think we looked around and we thought there's not enough great rock and roll records being made.
Practically none, actually.
And that was sort of the general, the blueprint.
Lately, I've been fortunate enough to see you several times over the years, a couple times at the Hollywood Bowl. We did an Apogee session, now seeing you guys here in the backyard of Ann's. And you guys are gelling as a live band for sure. And how, this I guess this chemistry. Dude, this chemistry has is this something that you're seeing now that you didn't really expect it to be? Or
we were talking about this the other day because something feels different. Feels like more relaxed and loose or something. I think we just maybe trust each other all a bit more from playing a bunch now together. So it just kind of naturally started doing that.
And we got the talent.
Yeah, you guys are doing all right. You guys are doing all right. So, and the record sounds like it. I've heard from many different, artists and producers where it's like, okay, you guys got to go in and write the record, write the songs, produce the record, then you go out and tour it. You guys are kind of doing it in the reverse fashion where a lot of these songs you guys kind of perfected out on the live stage before taking them into the studio.
Well, our last record was a kind of a produced record. We were writing the songs as we were recording them some of the times, and you end up with a certain sounding record that way. And I think because we were just getting off so much on playing live, we had this idea, and also kind of we were reacting against that record, so we wanted to do something a little different. And the idea was get the songs, hash them out ahead of time, figure out, try to make it sound like an 8-track record from 1968 where like you actually have to think out the parts, and get them all sorted, and then you hit the record button.
It's coming down the hardest cut. World wars in my back. Long day tonight, the hardest cut. Who's taking tonight? Here it come now, here it come now, here it is the hardest cut.
How did it feel being back in Austin to record a record?
It felt good for about 4 or 5 months. That was the idea. Go back to Austin and make a record where we're a bit in a more of a social situation. We made the last couple records in very isolated situations, and so we thought, go back to Austin. Jim's studio is there. We basically don't have to worry about the clock, right? I mean, he's not going to charge us, is he? And
I heard he charged double.
well, we haven't seen the bill yet. I was under the impression that it was all free. And so you go back to Austin and instead of being out in the woods where you're like 20 miles from a coffee shop, you can actually, let's go down to Deep Eddy Cabaret and have a couple drinks and then take that energy back to the studio.
Energy, yes, that's
Right.
what we're drinking. Energy.
Or take it back to my house and just write with it. It worked great, for 4 or 5 months, and then we couldn't see each other for a while for some reason.
Yeah, the crazy thing is obviously lockdown happens and everybody has to be isolated. And you guys were about halfway through the record, maybe? Or
Yeah. We thought we were maybe a little further on,
Yeah.
but it turned out it was about halfway because I ended up writing more songs since I had so much time alone. And then I said, guys, we got to put this on and we got to put this on, and maybe this will replace that one over here, Yeah, it stretched out. We don't like to wait this long between records, but one thing after another.
And I would get locked up, hold my breath, sing my heart out, beat my chest for my babe. Let our hearts speed in time, let the love go on and on now, my babe. What do you get when you add it up? The same walls every day and night. There you are, down somewhere we used to know, we used to go.
and the closing cut is the title track. Now, I know that track was actually written during pandemic, during lockdown, and there was a lot that came into play when you were writing the lyrics to that song. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was the one sort of timely song, maybe. Yeah, and it was written. It probably could not have been written any time other than April 2020. And in it, I go walking around Austin, Texas. I walk from my part of town, south side, across the river to downtown, and sort of talk about what I'm seeing and thinking about. And it was it was just an Austin that I almost didn't recognize, and I never thought I'd see. And it was a moment. It seemed like it was worth writing a song about.
One, the beautiful thing is when you hear the finished product of that song, it's hypnotic. It basically has all these beautiful layers, the delays, the keys, and it takes you on this kind of journey. When you hear the song, obviously you wrote the lyrics, you guys produced the music, but where does it take you when you're actually listening to that song now?
You got a good answer for that one. First time you
The
heard
first time I heard that song, I was blown away. I thought these were some of the best lyrics he'd ever written, and it was just really moving. It felt like I was like walking there with him, and I was just singing it exactly how he was.
We almost didn't put that song on the record because it was the one that it doesn't follow the blueprint of sort of a band in a room rock and roll record. It's the one that we did. We did it with Dave Fridman, which most of the record was done with Mark Rankin, and we did it remotely with him. So we never saw him, but he would send us instructions, and then we'd send him something. He'd send us more instructions. And I thought this just, as much as I love it, maybe it doesn't fit on this record, but then we figured out maybe we can cheat and put it on last. If it's the last song, it's the song that sort of sends you off into outer space, and you can get away with it.
You mentioned like roaming around Austin or going to different bars, different restaurants, whatever. How cool was that to be able to get that energy from places that maybe haven't seen or been in or
It was
had
great. I mean, I'm from here actually, so I moved to Austin so I could just we could be a band all together and do stuff together. Like we're able to go out and just like go see a show randomly, or it just made everything more casual and less like on the clock. Like we have to use all this time because there's an expiration date on like being here. So we got to do stuff, just chill. It was great.
So I appreciate you guys doing albums and the concept of a start to a finish. You know, like I said, you guys start with the cover and you guys end with the title track. Is that your idea? Is that the label's idea, or the concept of the record? I mean, you know, because
They're very heavy-handed, that label. That's Dave Fridman calling me. Look at that.
Look at that.
He produced that last song.
Answer it right now. Answer it. Say hey.
Dave? How you doing, man?
Put him on speaker.
I have to warn you, you're live.
On the air right
on the
now.
air.
Live on what?
Don't say fuck or shit or dick or anything like that.
All right, I promise. I would never do that.
We were just mentioning the song that you remote produced.
Awesome. I was just thinking to myself how well received the album seems to be at this time, and wanted to give you a call and say congratulations.
Yes. Congratulations to Spoon, everybody.
Perfect timing, Dave. I will. I'll get you your six-pack. I will.
Amazing.
I'm still working on those Elvis covers too. I'll call you. I'll call you back.
I can't wait. All
Okay.
right, talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. You gotta love live radio.
Bet you got it all planned right. I bet you never worry, never even feel afraid. I bet you got it all planned right. Never think to worry, never even feel afraid. Single sleeps alone, and I know you don't really mind. 5 years by your side, so I know you really don't mind. Oh, don't you ever be down. I said don't ever, 'cause it's going to keep them hanging around. Never be down. I said don't ever, 'cause it's going to keep them hanging around. Bet you never think
Well, the new record is fantastic, and the vibe that you guys are creating with this new record is you guys are true to form, man, and you guys have been changing and evolving, and it's just a beautiful thing to see. So thank you guys for the music.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really kind of you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thanks, man.
give it up for Spoon.
Thank you. That was really nice.